Okay, I think the thing is on. Hold on. Okay. Hey, yo, Mr. Coolish. It is good to see you today. Let's turn this up a little bit. You are here right on time. We had just started. In fact, I hadn't even opened up my chat yet, and there you were. Okay. I hope you're doing well today, despite, you know, the goings on. That's kind of how we always have to take that these days. That's good to hear. Okay, let's turn on our stuff here. It's not entertaining to just look at some old dude sitting on a frog. That's supposed to be me, actually. Right? Supposedly. Well, it's not actually me, but it's supposed to be like, you know, I guess I don't remember how I did it. I think I described myself or somebody else did that. It was like an AI thing. Okay. Get this stuff open. My frog is doing okay. Stream is good. Music is going. We have different music. We're using white bat audio now. Right. Okay, so just so we go over what we were doing the other day. When it comes up, this is what we were working on yesterday. Well, it's what we were working on for the last few streams. I had a different version of this. I didn't like it, and so I redid it, redrew it completely, and I think this is about as done as we're gonna get. Except that there's space here for initials, and I didn't want to put actual KFC here because it's, you know, it's KFC, but I didn't want to put that there. What I want to do is put like the initials of the person who requested it. It was a viewer request, and he hasn't been here for a couple of streams, so when he shows up, we'll ask. Could be Brax. I do like fried chicken and Star Wars. I'm gonna mess with the chest plate. Where do we have that? I've started color coding my stuff too. Makes it a little bit easier. That's where the KFC would go. Let's see. I did put Blender in the title. Yeah, we have to make a thing with Blender though today. That's right. I have to remind myself that I did put Blender in the title. So we have to eventually use it today. Okay, some of my shines are not on the right layer, but it's fine. Okay, we're going to do another GIF today, though. That's what we're going to be working on. And I still need to figure out how to fix the Nope GIF that I made. I don't know how I'm going to do that. I think I just have to zoom in the camera, but I'm not exactly sure how to do that either. So what is this? This was like a light gray color, but I did not put that anywhere. If I pick that up, Hopefully it'll match. I had it on there with the opacity, pressure opacity on to create like a lighter version, but now that I'm having to pick the color, because this is sort of it's basically like a transparent color on top of another color, and so if I color pick this gives me this color, or it's this right here. Except now I have the pressure opacity off. And the reason is because I got this perfect shade of it with the opacity on. And when I color pick this, it's a combination of what's underneath and what's there. So if I went pressure opacity again, I would get even lighter. So it's just different now. Things are different now. We turn it off if we're color picking it, and we leave it on if we're trying to, create the marks initially, because again, the color picker sees both layers and it sort of visually blends them to come up with this new color. There. In fact, I think I want to redo those because they seem to like too much. I mean, these aren't really good shines either, but I need to just sort of make them look, I don't know, similar. Hey Strider, yeehaw, it has colors and looked amazing. Okay, thank you. Thank you a bunch. Also, welcome in, Strider. What's up, Yadisak? We got everybody here today. Well, not everybody. Not everyone's here. But we have the old faces here. It's good. It's good to see old faces. Let's see. Which one am I trying to... I want to do Phil's layer. Even though I didn't completely stick to it, I want to do Phil's, and then we'll go around and just look for little things to color pick and fill in like little weird spots, because I'm a little obsessive. Even though no one's gonna look at this ever. Oh, we have to figure out where that one is. Apparently it's not there. Are you on the shadow layer, maybe? No. Shadow 2, maybe? Alright, you know what? Let's do something else then. Let's do another layer, and I have an idea. Because I don't want to have to go through every layer to find which layer matches that. So instead, we'll work underneath the line layer there, and then I'll put a layer above all the other layers, and that'll be like my fix-up layer. Alright, like touch-ups. Okay, touch up. Touch-up layer. I'm literally inventing my own method. Should touch-ups be a different color? We could pick anything, I think. Oh, nice. Anyone have like a preference for touch-ups? My logic right now for creating a touch-up layer is like a final finish, so I can patch up like tiny specks of color that I feel are missing, or or whatever, and make those corrections on a layer above everything but under the lines, so it just sits on top and I don't have to figure out what layer it's on and have to go and correct it. I'll just paint on top of all the other stuff. There you go, Yadisak, buying the standard standard 1 share a day. DCA. I was searching for the abbreviation of dollar cost averaging. I like green a lot, but I've got green for my ink layer, which I don't know why. You know what? How about we do this? How about, can I color pick this? Oh, good. We'll do this one. Okay. Oh, that was, I didn't need to color pick it. It's already there. We'll color pick that one, and then ink should not be green. Ink should be black. Right? But if it's black, then you can't see the eyeball, right? I don't know. Let's see how they handle it. Maybe it will hide it, or maybe the eye will be a different color so you can see the eye on top. Yes, okay. See, to me that makes more sense because I associate ink with black, even though it can be anything. And as evidence, I have like a set of acrylic inks by what is it, Dr. P.H. Martin, Bombay Inks. I think that's right. I think that's the whole name. And those are all different colors. Like they're every color but black. Okay, so we'll use that. No, why did I do that? That's because I'm crazy. I was talking. Which is fine, that's what we're supposed to do. It's okay to talk, Braxton. I mean, on Twitch it's not so okay, but on YouTube it's fine. On YouTube, people really like that. They like when you just sit there and just yammer without actually accomplishing anything. I shouldn't say that, it's not fair. But I do see a lot of what I think is milking on streams, like art streams on Twitch. I see a lot of what at least looks like an artist just sort of, they have something like this, and then they'll just talk for several hours, and then just maybe every once in a while go, oh, you know, like that. And then that's all you see for like the next half hour. So I think they are like milking their stuff. I feel like it's not that they're incapable of doing stuff. I feel like it's that a lot of artists run out of ideas, and so they feel like, I've got this really, oh here, let's turn on my other thing. And they feel like they've got a really good drawing and they just want to milk that for a long time because they're not trying to produce a lot of stuff. Instead, they're trying to, there we go, here's our highlighter. So everyone can actually see my mouse. There. So I think that's it. I think they're just afraid because they have a hard time with coming up with new stuff to draw or paint, and they're just trying to milk the idea. Maybe that should not be on top though. Oh, because I'm on the freaking line layer. Braxton Wise. You're on the wrong layer. There, that's so much better. Yeah, I need to get my finger on the right spot on the keyboard. I keep hitting the wrong button. So these are like little artifacts that were there from other stuff. There's something under that one. It may even be on the line layer. Yeah. We'll just leave that one as is. You know, YouTube has like new rules that I just heard about. Although I hear it from other YouTubers rather than from anything that YouTube sends me. Like, they don't really send me messages saying that stuff, so I don't know how these people learn about it. But I guess the new thing is, YouTube. There's like cursing, right? It's not a huge problem with them. They don't really care, I guess, but it can hurt you if you're trying to get monetized. It'll take longer, I guess. That's what I'm told. And that's what YouTube also says, like, directly. They say, it's okay, you don't have to be completely puritanical in the way that you speak, but excessive cursing may make your chances of, monetization more difficult. And I can see that for, like, logical reasons. Because there's fewer people who are going to be into that. Just by virtue of the space itself and how people are. I think more people are, like, you catch more flies with honey than vinegar, right? Even though that's not actually true. Because, flies love rotting stuff. Flies are actually attracted to vinegar. But the point is still the same. Right? Most people aren't, like, annoyed that someone never curses. I mean, some will. But I can think of far more situations where someone's annoyed that someone is cursing constantly. And in fact, I see it a lot in books. When you're writing, you can pretty much write whatever you want, as long as it's fiction, right? But, well, not these days. There's a lot of book banning and stuff. But aside from the craziness, there's a lot of people in, like, reviews that I see. We'll just patch that too. For books, and they'll point out stuff like, oh, they curse all the time and always dropping the F-bomb. I've seen people literally just leave 1-star reviews just because of that. And I've never seen anyone complain that a writer didn't curse. Ooh, that's a good one. We're not retouching that one. That's a good one. So, although there's some green I want to take care of. I don't know. Like, I can see why that would be a thing. But I guess now the rule is there is no rule. I guess it doesn't affect the algorithm anymore. So I suppose if you want to, you could just curse a blue streak or something. But I don't know. Like, if that's your goal in life, you might, I don't know, look into better goals. Although I get irritated with some things like auto mod. That irritates the crap out of me. You can't even, like, it literally just blocks you from saying anything. You have to, talk like a toddler to not get, not get your comments held for review or some crap like that. That's much. That's a little bit much. Right? Hate auto mod. People have different goals. Maybe some had goal for do over 9. I know. I mean, that's true. Maybe that was some personal psycho goal of theirs. But there are people whose, like, only dream in life is to, do bad things, I guess. It's a pretty weird thing to wish for. What is this? I'm annoyed by this little speck of blue that I can't seem to paint over. And I can't see why I can't paint over it. I'm above the lines. No, it's not on that. That one's not. That one's hidden. That's not even gonna cause a problem. Touch up. Like I've got this, and there's this blue pixel right here. Oh, okay. Well, it did. Well, how come it didn't do it before? I don't know. Maybe I was on the wrong layer or something. That would not be unlike me. Most people are good. I don't know these days. I used to say that. These days, though, it seems like more and more they're the opposite. I'll leave that. See, we're not even going to erase. We're just painting on top of stuff. So whatever color is there is whatever color we're using. But I have to be really sure that I'm done with it, because otherwise going back to fix these things after I've painted on top of everything is going to be annoying. I won't want to do it. No, I don't. Oh, that's better. I will battle every day and night against evil in all ways possible. You are inherently a good person. Okay. Have a good one. And thank you very much for hanging out. I always appreciate that you come by, Strider. Hey, Lucidius. I'm doing okay today. It's basically done. We just have to tidy up, I suppose. I'm starting to try and fit my head into around the idea of doing like co-op stuff again. You know, like Hefe was talking about us doing like a 4-man thing. I think with you, me, and Pulse. I think, yeah. So I'm trying to get my head around that. I'm really weird about co-op. But I think everyone is pretty cool. I think it's not going to be the horror show that it has been for me in the past. I think it'll be fun. I need to get some game friends and actually socialize outside of my stream. Because that's something I pretty much never do. Unless you call the grocery store socializing, right? Ayo, woo woo. Welcome in. I was gonna be on time. I was promised I'd be woke. Oh, I see. Uh-oh, don't. Now if you blame that on the missus, you know who's sleeping on the couch tonight. Channel 2. It's on Shines, right? Yes, it's on Shines. Passing the buck. Well, I hope you slept well. I mean, at least you slept through. Right, so it was solid. I think I want to do the wave today. There, I do want to erase that. This is where I do have to erase instead of just paint on top. because that's gonna mess this up when we do like a transparency. Like when we pop out the background, then those bits around the edges are gonna show, and that's gonna be nasty. Slept like a log. That's pretty good. I need to figure out how to do that. Thing is though, if I do manage to sleep more than 5 hours, I feel dead and groggy, and if I sleep like under 5 hours, I wake up like completely alert. If it's more than 5 hours, I feel like I've been in a train wreck. I can barely even think. I think you're on the shines layer too. Okay, I think we've just about got it. I don't see anything else to really touch up. Lightsaber's a bit weak in spots, but we're going to leave that. Okay. I don't see anything else that needs to be messed with. Hopefully he likes it. This is completely different than what I was initially drawing, but this is much better. I just could not figure out how to draw that better, and I was really kind of panicking, like, holy crap. What am I going to do? This thing looks terrible. I don't want to hand that off to somebody who's going to use it. So I think this is yeah, I think this is much better than what we originally had. Okay, let's save and export, and this is the same. Okay, overwrite, because it's just a touch-up. It's just a correction. All right. So let's get out of here. Oh yeah, today we might do some. If you can see it, I don't know. It's so small. Anyone who's on mobile right now is certainly not going to see that. You can see a little bit there. That's our Uncle Wednesday. I'd like to get back to him. You know what we need to do? We need to finish Taco Wizard. The original. Well, not the original Woo Woo, because the original Woo Woo is here in chat. So I'm looking for my project folder here. I thought I had that open on my desktop, and I did not. Okay, so I'm just gonna grab art projects. Just trying to keep myself on track here. Uncle Wednesday, welcome to Dudes. There. Here we go. There he is. This is the sketch I was doing. It was a video that I did off stream, and I had recorded it and uploaded it to YouTube. And this is as far as I got. You might notice his cane is very short, but that happened because I kept drawing. Well, I started from the top, and I wasn't really sort of managing my space very well, and so I ended up with he was too short, and I didn't have enough room for the legs, so I had to lasso him and move him up and then draw longer legs underneath him. And so the cane, you can see this is originally, he was down at the bottom edge where that is, so he was like this tall instead of this tall. So I just hadn't changed the cane. But I want to finish that one. I want to finish the Wizard Woo, the Taco Magic one. We're not going to do that today, but Uncle Wednesday is going to be a up-and-coming project here. We'll do some line work. We'll tighten up on the sketch. We'll do the lines. We'll ink it, fill it in. Might even, oh, that'd be neat to animate it. We can, basically I can animate anything. If I can draw it, I can animate it. And it could just be basically like this one. I could animate him and just have like sort of like how I did the animations for my my frog model here that I'm using for the sort of PNG tuber thing. It's basically just a mouth closed frame, a mouth open frame, an eyes closed frame, an eyes open frame to like simulate the blinking. So I've only got like maybe 4 frames in total in this thing. And it can be really quick like that. I could set up like a whole scene and like here, let's do a thing. First toggle mouse mode off. What should we do? Should we do like this or like phone format? We should do square. Don't I have like one for just square? Yes. So we could do you could have like maybe I did an animation of me. So what if I drew like a picture of myself, which I'm not going to do right now, and like Brax. Okay, and then have like a desk set up. And you know, YouTube's could, you know, you got to put out one a week or so, and we could do a thing where he just opens, or just like 1 or 2 frames for the mouth, mouth closed, mouth open, mouth, you know, toothy and grinning. You can have like different mouth shapes and then just swap him. So he just sits still and just moves his mouth. That could be really an easy animation, but also effective, because then you put in all your effort into, you know, like the background, and I don't know why I'm doing that. So you just have something like that, and then you could do, I don't know, maybe a chalkboard. right? Something like that, you know? You get what I mean? And it'd be easier to do something like this. That's probably why there's so many animated YouTubes, because it's kind of easier to just draw a little dude and then just sort of replace the facial features. He doesn't really have to move around much. Yeah. I want to work on things like that too, especially for Siler, little Siler, if we continue working on him, and if I want to make a character out of him. I think what I want to do, hold on, let's grab my notes. I want my Obsidian open. And let's go to Art Vault. Let's see where I want to put this. It's a lot of figuring out today. Let's see, games, apps. I have this whole list of apps that I want to make, and the list only gets longer. Stream notes. No, we don't want that. Don't I have a homework thing for this? Yes. Make okay, there we go. That way I can remember what I'm doing, because I'm gonna mess with that later today. I'm gonna work on trying to make a drawing, a cartoon of myself, so I can set this up. You have your own little braxtoWave. Let's see, because then it won't be a frog anymore. So that's a thing. That's the thing. I'm just throwing that out there. It might be a Braxton instead of a frog next time. Okay, let's get rid of this. Close that. Close. Right. No, you know what? We need... No, I need to do this because I need to do a sketch. Because I have to... Let's see, hold on. We got our Uncle Wednesday going. All this is working fine. Well, there's one more thing I was going to do on the itinerary, and I just forgot it. I don't want to have to do it later, but I don't remember what it was. I don't know. Let's grab another thing. We'll do sketches of the emote that we're going to work on today, and we'll just use Clip Studio for that. So here, new, we'll do 1,000 by 1,000. Okay, do I want to animate this one and then we ink it in let's at least get this going. Let's see, animation. 19, no, 1,000. There. And I think this will be fine. I don't remember what our shortcuts are. Here, what are we calling it? Wave. Damn it. Oh, crap. Are you kidding me? I accidentally hit the wrong button. Now what do we do? How do we get that thing back? Here. Just undo. There. But do it all over again. I don't remember what I was doing with this thing last time. Okay, hold on, there's a bird on my door. Okay, it's gone. No bird on my door. Oh, I could do that. Like a frog on my head, or like on the desk next to me. No, I don't have that open anymore. Okay, so this is the animation folder that we're inside of. Where's the thing for animation? All right, so I have some keyboard settings that I made for this last time. Okay, so here, let's turn on our music. It's constant beat down by YouTube. Thanks, YouTube. You can't even get like a full hour out of it before it's like messing with you. Let's see. Alright, let's do a sketch. And there. There. Opacity on. Okay. Am I going to use a Kalinsky for everything? I don't know, I might. Alright. What are we doing? We are going to take out my sketch. I have a sheet that I was using. Art books, projects. Let's see. Where did I put that thing? Ooh, it might be in the GIFs folder. There's a rarely used folder. Sorry about the sirens. I'm sure you can all hear it in the background. I just have the door open because it's cool outside and it's summer. Test plans, braxtoWave. Wait, did I not have a thing for this? It's, oh yes it is. It's lurk PNG. There you go. Here, let's give that a better name. Gif Emote ideas. Alright, that's the one we want. Now it's properly renamed, and now I have my notes about the stuff I wanted to do, because we have this one is the one we're going to work on today. And yeah, we did the nope, which I need to fix, and we did the lurk, so that means we have Wednesday, the calendar Wednesday, and that's the whole dialogue thing. Then we have, is that going in there too? I guess it is. Did I do, I think I altered this one, but I didn't alter the export of it, because there's one in here for the screaming pillow, which we have not, which is not on here actually. So I must have put it on the like on the unexported one. Right, so no GIF, no. I'll find it. And I'll have to redo it so I don't forget. Okay, let's see what this is like for sketching. Wow, this is really getting difficult to use. Alright. So it's gonna be in a room. It's gonna be square. I think this is 1,000, right? Inside, outside dimensions. Well, we could do this instead. It'd be too big. So we have like a door. And it's a tall door. It doesn't need to be that tall. If it's opening toward us. So we have a door first. And I want to do... Hold on. It's just a sketch, Braxton. It's just a sketch, I know. Alright. Start off like that. And then it opens. What was my... did it mess up my stuff? I created a key for this, and what was it? Yeah, I created a hotkey for this. So why is it not working anymore? I'm gonna have to go through the whole thing though. I really don't want to do that. Because again, it's one of those things where I have to spend like half the stream working on like some software setting instead of actually drawing, which I don't really like to do that. Let's edit. It would be an easier affair if these things were searchable, and they're not. Where is it? Is it back under file? Shortcuts. Hey Kalinsky, come over here and bring me a bagel. Kalinsky. Well, it's a sable brush. It's a type of sable. Red sable, Kalinsky sable. You know, it's the animal that they murder to make the brush. At least they don't do that for the digital brush. And I don't know. I don't know why they would. Maybe they do it symbolically. Oh, okay. Yeah. It's a... if someone says red sable, that's also what they mean. It's a Kalinsky sable. Crap. Hopefully this stuff where I did the setup is in here. Because they're all opened up. Which means I was in here working on them. Animation folder. New layer. There, see? Previous cell, next cell. You know what the problem is? It's this. Hold on. Let me get my other window back up. Making sure my stream is still live there. I like to have my preview up so I can see out of the corner of my eye. So the problem is that this does not automatically make another frame. You know, working between animation programs or apps, it is difficult because they make them completely different from each other. There's almost nothing you can count on to be the same, so there's almost no standards from one to the next. You can guarantee there's going to be frames, and the frames will be drawn, but you can't guarantee how they're going to do it. They all like to dream up their own fancy, cute way of doing something, and then there's no standard across the board. So like for this one, there's no button that automatically advances the cell, you know, goes back and forth through them, and the others that I've worked with have had one just already built in. And this one also doesn't like automatically create a new frame when you start to draw. Instead, it makes you add a frame, like a right click affair, or it's one of these maybe too. Yeah, no, that's a folder. So yeah, we have to either click this for a new cell, or what, like right click. No, at least it shows like a cell list in here. Yeah, so we have to come over here. But does that, I think that's all the same frame though. Yeah. It should be how it goes. Hold on. That was on the frame. So if we do that, maybe that creates a new frame. I'm trying to avoid having to hit another button every time, though. It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't create a frame at all. So even if we come over here and touch that, there's no frame. So we have to either come over and hit this one. Let's see what these are. Remove, assign to a frame. That doesn't make sense. Oh, that cells were frames. Okay, so new cell, onion skin. Good. I think we can also change the color of the onion skinning in this. I did figure out how to change the color of the onion skinning in Blender, but it's still kind of hard to see the onion skinning in it if you don't like really go for a really bright color, because it's just too subtle. They do it in colors by default, but they're just so they're so dark. It's not like that blue. It's gonna be instead like that blue. It's almost black, and like there's a green. There's one the green and one the red. It's gonna be, you know, more like that. They come out looking almost like a black or a gray. So I don't know. I guess we'll just have to hit this because I don't want to have to right click every time either. There. So now we can move back and forth. And then this is going to open up. Right, he's going to come in, and how far is this going to be? 60 is our limit, I think. There. Okay. Darn it. I'm trying to get this to move around, but it has different rules for how it works. There, we have to be hovering that, I think. Okay, so next frame, the door swings open like that. Also, let's get our color back. Just any blue that I want, really, right? Any blue you want, Braxton. Well, like that one. So then it's gonna open, and it's just gonna be like a one frame thing. So he just slams this open. It's not gonna be like that, don't. Here. So slam, and we'll do like a swoosh line. Also, let's go back to here and see if we can copy that over. Darn it. Are we on the right layer for it? Copy. No, it didn't copy. We have to do it while in this shape. There. Copy. Paste. And I don't know how fast that's gonna be. Alright. I got my bad typo. I realize now it's Kalinsky. And Google corrected me to Kleinsky. And it came up with wait, Kleinsky bagels?
Sorry, I didn't understand.
That's weird. It's my... Well, of course he didn't understand. Did you hear my assistant talking? I always wondered how clear that is for anyone listening. Did he say, was it loud enough for everyone to hear it? Yeah, he didn't understand. Yeah, apparently that's my answer. So what do we want? I want this to be... Hold on. I need to stop reaching for the arrow keys. That's how I have it on Blender. Slam. No. Slam. And we'll erase this. Wait, I have hard eraser on. Hard eraser is on. Oh, wait a minute, because onion skin. It's fine, Braxton, it's fine. Okay. So then swings this way, and if we do that, or what looks more like a swoosh? Oh, okay. Well, he was like, sorry, I didn't understand that. And it's just the assistant, that's not my AI. My AI is way smarter than that. Although, I'm pretty sure that's around the corner. Like for premium or pro users, I'm pretty sure that'll be around the corner. How fast would that be? Yeah, it's not at all. Not fast at all. So if we... See, how do we extend that out? Do we drag that out like that? Uh-oh. I don't know what that was, but that was not... probably not good. I forgot how to do this. Didn't I have a thing for this? I'm sure I had a thing for that. No, it just added another one there. I don't want to do it like that. Well, I know I did it before. So how are we meant to move these around then? Did I actually do it before? No, it just moves the whole thing. No, that just moves that. If we right click, says frame. No, that's not what I wanted. But we're gonna be on this all day long if I don't figure out how to move this frame around. Yeah, I don't understand. There has to be some way to move this. No, that just okay, did we do it? Okay, so if we do it inside this little line here, there. I like that this one skips, whereas the others don't. Others don't tend to skip. They just do all the frames individually. So if you're doing this by hand, just flicking this back and forth with your keys, it just switches from keyframe to keyframe instead of doing like the tweens. All right. So these are our frame numbers, and it's not moving those. Instead, just moving that second one to here. So then, how long do we want that to sit there? Okay. At least there's some distance there. And we'll do a new one, and it'll be like a little frog in the room. Oh, here. I want a swoosh line. I need it to look more impactful. Like, I don't know, there's something we could do instead. Like it's hitting the wall, like little vibration things. I don't think that looks right. That looks terrible. So then okay, maybe we just do it like that. How do you do a swoosh line? Swoosh. It's not a good swoosh. We'll figure something out later. swoosh, and door handle is why does it keep switching? There. Swoosh and frog. Mr. Rocky. Bringing in the Squidward.
Rocky asked me, "Hey, Squidward, can you tell us how utterly attractive Braxton Wise as a frog is?" Oh, joy. Let me put on my enthusiastic face. Braxton Wise as a frog, absolutely stunning. Their amphibious charm is unmatched with those webbed feet and slimy skin. Truly breathtaking if you're into that kind of thing. The way they hop around is nothing short of magical. It's practically the epitome of froggy elegance. I hope that satisfies your curiosity.
Froggy elegance. Well, there you go. Thank you very much, Mr. Rocky. It's good to see you today. Usually when you surface, it sometimes means there's a stream on the way. Does that mean there's a stream on the way today? Well, the amphibious charm is hard to resist, you know? And do a little swoosh by the handle too. So we do swoosh, swoosh. I still feel like that's not a good swoosh. It's fine. We'll figure it out later. I say that a lot today. Music's probably gonna be paused in a second. Like a swoosh by the hold on, this is the wrong button. There. How do we do like a swoosh shape? And we do it like this. I don't like these. Can we maybe I need to look up a swoosh. Okay, well they're using the Nike thing. I don't want it to be like a Nike thing, no. Do you have like a brushy brush? Maybe that will work if we have like some kind of a brush that will make that happen. Like, you know, by its own just the shape of the brush itself. You know, like something that has like some sketchy, painty thing going on. Hmm. What would do that? Maybe my turnip pin. Yeah, I wish I had like a sketchy, painty swoosh thing. I don't really. Hmm. We can't do a Nike swoosh though, because they'll, you know, I'll get sued. How do we do something like that? Do it like a ribbon. Swoosh, swoosh. It's not really. That really does suck. Okay, well I guess that will be for later or something. I can figure out something as simple as a swoosh. My new skin. Then again, I may not. I hate this toggle thing. I have to go back and find my stuff again. Okay. So what we got for a frog? You know what? It was gonna be. He was gonna open the door. He was gonna peek inside. Maybe it'll go the other way. Here, let's turn off the. There. Let's turn off my brush cursor for a minute. Let's see. Let's see. Is it arm maybe? Pressure opacity is on too. Okay. Some freaking bug is in my face right now. I don't do the legs very well, do I? Let's do like this. We'll try to figure out a body for him too. I don't like the legs. It looks dumpy. I know, and someone's sitting there going, but that's what I look like. Oh, I'm sorry, you look dumpy. Don't be expecting people to sugarcoat it. And what's wrong with nothing? I'm just saying that's, you know, if you look like this, a little dumpy. It's okay. It doesn't say it was bad. I'm just saying, you know, come to terms with it. You're really tall. Like, I'm probably... You would easily tower over me. I'm sure of that. Let's figure out a better body for him. It's not, and also that's not fat, it's all muscle. You're like brawny. Like a lumberjack. That's muscle weight. It's muscle weight. You gotta play along here. This is what you tell everybody. You say it's muscle weight. I'll work out. Really strong. There you go. Marbled muscle. That's right. Let's grab the soft eraser since we're sketching. Swoosh.
Garrett24601 asked me, if Bum Rocky was a frog, what frog would he be? Oh, if Bum Rocky were a frog, they'd definitely be a bullfrog. Those are big, bold, and not afraid to speak their mind with a mighty croak. Plus, they've got a certain charm that's hard to resist, just like Bum Rocky's playful banter. I'm sure they fit right in, hopping around with the gang. Just imagine the adventures they'd have in the pond.
He started slowing down. Playful banter. You know that thing has a thing where I can make like a voice model for myself. What's up, Garrett? But I could train it. There's like a speech you have to say. You have to say this whole... Well, no, you have to say a bunch of stuff. Like, it asks you questions. That's what it is. Here, I need to... change this opacity there, a little better. We don't want to put junk on him, but he does need something here. And oh my god, the thing that Danlog posted in the Discord. I'm gonna let it slide, but wow. I just didn't feel like dealing with it. Like, I understand that he gets loopy and has some issues, but sometimes those things really, you know, like he asked for the role to block him from the NSFW channel, so he's like self-blocking, but then posts something that really should be in NSFW.
Bum Rocky asked me, Mr. Krabs, if you were to make the perfect dish for braxtoWave as a frog, what would you make? Ah, if I were to whip up the perfect dish for braxtoWave as a frog, I'd go all out with a delectable fly sandwich.
Oh my God,
Perfectly
that's
toasted
gross.
bread with a generous serving of crispy, juicy flies in between,
Crispy,
seasoned to
juicy.
froggy perfection. I'd serve it with a side of lily pad salad for that extra splash of pond flavor. All at a great bargain, of course. That'd be a meal fit for an amphibious king. And my wallet gets a little fatter, too.
I bet that's not the only thing getting fatter. If you know what I mean. Okay. I'm just saying, don't let him touch your Krabby Patty. And you did miss the kind of creepy, way too intimate Squidward message earlier. Wait, did I just do this on the wrong freaking thing? Yes. Damn. Okay, here, we can do this. There. Slam. And okay. Slams the door open. Then rushes up to the camera. So he's like, what? I'll do that, and then copy, paste, and if we do that from the door, maybe like this. Maybe he runs forward and waves. That's possible. Or I don't know if I want a full body thing of him though. Okay, so if we do this, make sure we're on the right layer. Okay, so turn this off. Open, then run to the camera. So how do we do this? Open right there, and then wave, wave. Then he turns around, runs back to the door. So what I want to do is move him forward, and we could go backwards with this. Because I don't know if I want to do that. Yeah, I don't really want to do that. We'll use this one instead. Well, I'll just fix those. I think it cuts that stuff off. So we do this and no, it's gonna mess with it. Yeah, cancel that. Yeah, I don't want to have to go backwards to it though. I don't know what we're gonna do. Go to here. Darn it. Definitely didn't want that to happen. Stop doing that. Why is it doing that? Well, it's making a tween on its own, which I kind of don't want it to do. So why is it numbering them like this? I don't like that. Let's see. I'm getting really bugged by this. I'm trying to ignore it, but I just don't understand why it's doing that. Now I can't really concentrate. I'm always getting stuck like this. Like, I can't imagine having to do this with all these weird extra numbers that are unnecessary. But I don't want to do it like that. Who wants to go through all this for one frame? We'll just figure out how to fake it until the stream's over. This is so confusing and frustrating. New. I don't know. How many do we have? Darn it. There has to be some way to make this move a little more easily. I don't understand this. Why don't you open the frame or extend it? Do stuff besides that. Do the thing I'm asking you to do. Man, why on earth did they have to make it this difficult? That just seems nonsensical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know there should be walking animations, but we only have 60 frames, so there's not enough frames to make all those details. Just before I get told to make his arms swing. There's this one, and then I don't know. They make this incredibly difficult to deal with sometimes. Like moving these frames around is kind of a headache. You know what we should do? Why is this on a cut thing? We could do a thing like this. This brush is way too skinny. Well, I'll have to figure out frog hands too. At least in this position. I'll do this and then I will... Hold on. I'll do like this. then to I feel like they really do try to make this as clunky as possible. Darn it, why did it switch? I get close and then it changes. Oh, you know what? We should use that pivot. Like that. It wouldn't go backwards. Probably move the entire arm. I feel like that's probably better. Yeah. Alright, we'll just take this one. There's this one, and then... Is that the right one? That's not the right one. Yeah, we have the wrong one in the spot. So... Alright, let's delete what's in here, or try to. Okay, this one, and then we'll take this one. Now, we did a thing before, so... where we were able to pull a frame over to another thing. No, just move the frame. Well, I guess we'll copy and paste the whole thing. And then can we take this one? Let's use this square thing. Don't we have a square selector? Just no, it just keeps switching back to that object tool every time. There, rectangle. Crap. And YouTube stoppage, just to be frustratingly annoying. Color me shocked. We need to do... I really wish this would just make automatic frames. Really, really, really wish it would just make automatic frames. Just please just make automatic frames. Okay, now if I have this, if I leave this on, will it copy this without having to redo it? Or do I have to redraw it each time? No? Okay, is that fast enough? Like a frenetic wave? Okay, so how about we increase these if we can figure out how. Please stop, whatever this is that you're doing. Crap. Why does this have to be so difficult? I really just don't understand. I just want to add extra frames without a bunch of right clicks and menu stuff. I just want to drag the frames out. I was able to, but it kind of isn't letting me do that. Just let me do it. I don't understand why it has to overwrite the next keyframe. It doesn't make any sense. Like, I seriously don't want to be doing this all day. Okay, so here's the insane thing. I think we figured it out, kind of. This insane rule where you have to click the frame after the one you want to move. So instead of moving the frame you want to move, you move for some weird reason. Oh, please stop, please stop. I can't have this happen during my stream today. I can't have something freaking me out. I want to have a good stream today. I don't want to have to mess with this all day long. Okay, so we can't select multiples. There has to be some other way to do this. It doesn't seem to want to let me do anything. No, it's not. Never mind, cancel. I can't move this because it'll move into this. I can't move this because it'll move into this, and it'll keep trying to overwrite. There has to be some way to change that behavior. Other than to calculate all the moves you have to make just to get back to the one you actually want to move. I shouldn't have to perform all this complex math. I'm just moving out of the way right now and not even bothering to count. 1, 2, 3. I just went 3 boxes. 3 boxes. 1, 2. Click the 5 for some reason to move the 4. I just don't understand the rules that govern this. There. It seems like sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. And I just wanted to test out the timing. That's just way too much to go through for that. Anyway, whatever. I wish it wouldn't do this. Like, why is it adding this extra thing? Why can't you just renumber everything? Is there a thing to renumber? I don't think so. Okay, that doesn't work. I don't get that. Let's move him over while we're trying to ignore this other stuff. Let's do it the other way. It's a bad looking arm. Oh, it's not a good looking frog anyways, it's a sketch, but still. As he leaves, we'll take this and here we have to draw in the door. All right. Too large. Let's do it this way. Has to be in every frame, but it's not on a separate layer, which I probably should have done. Actually, if you hold down on shift, you can just do like multiples, which is nice. I just now figured that out. So I just touch there and then shift, touch, hold shift, just keep holding shift. That's a little angled, which is, well, I'll fix that later. We'll fix it in post. I know, but it's gonna look weird. Just do it anyway. I wonder if the curve tool works like that. You can see the door get smaller. That looks terrible. It really does look terrible. Just give him a little bit more of a solid appearance, so when we go through this I can get a better look at. A more solid feel for him. A little background in the thing, or I'm hearing like extra background noise in this recording. It's not, I'm just hearing extra noise around me. I have open back headphones, so I can hear what's around me, but I'm just got fans and stuff, outdoor noise, all that. It's looking creepy. I keep wanting to clean this eye up every time. I stopped cleaning up. Okay. I could do like an anime run. That's possible. We don't have to do like the smooth frames. We could do the like an anime run. Which I don't know. We'll see. So he's I have to have a little darn it. Wrong button. Why is this brush so skinny? Oh, because I had to do these, that's why. So this is the back, and then he leaves. We can then move him away from us. We're gonna have to redo that door every time. What I need to do is do one of just the door. So once we get this hammered out, I'm gonna go back and do a completely separate layer for just the door. It'll be easier to deal with that way, I think. Right, so let's take this and because for now it's gonna have to be this, and we'll keep patching it up. Yeah, it's very, very patchy. So we'll take this, copy, I don't know. They don't make the frames easy to move around, so I want to get it right. That's when he comes in here. Only did 3. 2, 3. One. How many do we have left? Okay. One, two. Okay. 5. That's right, it doesn't let me do anything until this is over. Alright. One, two, three, 4, 5. That one and animation is hard, MK. I'll turn this on. You can see the door again. Well, we can't see the onion skating for the door, unfortunately. Okay, let's do the door. Again. Crap. We're gonna have to do this through the through the visual noise here, which is fine. Of all the challenges we have faced today, that is the easiest. Door, door, door. Two, 3, 4, 5. Heyo, Solar, welcome in. Get a little shout out for Solar here. This thing really does not like... I gotta fix my IRC. There we go. It doesn't like doing tab complete. So there must be a setting that I'm not quite figuring out. Soldier plays a lot of... well, basically I see him playing with Heimdall. So lots of open worlds, like sandbox sort of stuff. Of course, some of those might actually have like a goal, so they might not be sandboxy as they appear. Multiplayer, basically, I would say. Multiplayer specialist. Co-opper. Okay. Okay. Oh, we didn't even do the handle. Let's do this. Just the part that you can see. Like that. What do we think? Okay, hold on. He doesn't do it for very long. Was I doing 4? I thought I was doing 5s. Okay, just guess we're doing 4s. Drag that back to 8. There, it ends on 11. Okay, that's where I should be. Okay, how about that? Okay, what do we think so far? There, get my brush back. We could do onomatopoeia here as well. Quote, they gave you hell over lack of soul. Huh, irony indeed. Quoted by Maria K. and by Nath, November 19th, 2018. It's a long time ago. Man, I have not seen Maria for so long. These are in 3s. This is a 5 one. It's a 5er. It's a 5er. 3. Are we doing 3s for these? And then this is the first wave, second wave. So we need to bump these up a little bit. So we go. Hmm. One, two, three, four. Should he leave? Or maybe he should just keep waving. I feel like he should leave and come back. Yeah, something like that. Maybe about the emote size too. We'll move him. I'll work on this and we'll move him up. The door will stay the same. I'll do a layer just for the door in the background. We'll do a layer just for him, and then instead of stopping here, we'll get him taller. I've got his arm waving at the height of his head, so he can go as tall as the frame itself for his head height. Right? I don't know. What do you think, Woo Woo? You like that? Like, anything you can think of that we should put in? I feel like it reads well too, so if I can bring him taller in this moment, that frame, make it taller and make him fill up the thing. I think we're good though. Yeah. Oh, and for those who weren't here, if you were, if you got here after this, a little while after the stream started, we finished up. Hold on, the shift space. I thought I had shift space. I don't know. I guess not. Save. Oh, let's move this over so I can find somewhere to put this. Why are my GIFs not in the GIF folder? That's weird. Anyway, this this will export as I don't think this exports as a GIF. So we're going to be doing something extra this time. Since we're doing the sketches in Clip Studio, what I'll do is, I think what I'll do is to export this as PNGs and then import that into Blender, ink it, fill it. Well, I could just do all the inking in this, but I still need to export it to a GIF, and I don't think this does that. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense, but export animation. Oh, look, we can do a GIF. Okay. I wasn't sure about that. I thought I'd have to bring that in. Okay, so if I want to do this in Blender, the Bligify add-on that I added to it should be able to import GIFs, but it should also be able to take a stack of PNGs and open as layers. So what it'll do is it'll order them all and as all separate frames into one project, and then I could export that from Blender as a GIF as well. But I could import it as a stack of PNGs. Not offhand, yeah, maybe just make him bigger to compensate for remote size. Yes. So that he fills up the square, right? Okay. I don't know what to do with these. What do you do with an animated sticker? Like, well, I guess like we do them in the Discord. I was using stickers in the Discord, but I don't know. Okay. Well, I think that's it for this. This is what we were doing. This is what we were finishing up. Darn it. That doesn't make any sense. It's supposed to hide. Why is it not hiding? Well, whatever it wants, I'm not gonna let it have it, so do not save. Okay. Hopefully the cool guy will be here next week, and I'll be able to upload this to Imgur for him. And I guess that's it for today. For the week, I'll be back on Friday. Everyone have a really great day. Thank you a ton for hanging out with me.